Howdy ho, neighbor, and welcome to another Trippy Food live stream. Today is I just spent my whole paycheck at Whole Foods live stream. Now, there was the sound of me talking to no one, and so Doodle has entered the room. That's right, Doodle, the Prince of Dogness. He is begging for a treat or something to eat because I started talking to the camera, and he knows that it's time to eat. But we're gonna pace him. Well, you know what? We'll give him a snack to start off with. He'll be back later, and then we'll introduce him to everybody. Looks like we got about 4 people in the room. We have Food Taster TV in the room. Welcome. Yeah, we haven't seen you for a while. Well, yeah, we had to switch to Sunday 2 weeks in a row. The first week because we were going to be going to the Orange County Fair on Saturday with Matt Zion and Majestic Beard from Reckless Eating. Treat for Doodle. And so we were going to go down on Saturday. So we got all the way down there and realized that we had to get tickets ahead of time. Did not have those. So we had to reschedule that for the following Saturday, which was last week. And so that's why we changed it. So we're back to Saturdays. We should be on Saturdays for a while. I don't see any reason why not. But it's good to have you back in the room, Food Taster TV. I have not seen you in a while, and it's nice to have you here nice and early too. So, and Janice Yamanaka, of course, in the room. Welcome. Drew Horst in the room. So it's picking up a little bit right now. I guess we could play like the game with Spot the Difference. Let's play the game Spot the Difference. Can you spot the difference? What's different? There are a couple things different in your camera view. A couple things different. See if you can spot what they are. It'll be an ongoing thing. It's fine. Hey, Jared, good to see you. Yes, it has been a while, but welcome back. You're always welcome. It is a blazing hot Saturday here. I think it's supposed to go in the 90s today. Probably wherever you are, it's going to be hot, probably. So the reason that I decided that I wanted to do the Whole Foods live stream, and the kind of name I spent my whole paycheck at Whole Foods live stream, the reason I chose that title is because one of the affectionate nicknames for Whole Foods is Whole Paycheck, because it's very expensive. It seems in some things it's unnecessarily expensive, although it's really hard to tell because there's really, like, I would not go to Whole Foods to buy, standard groceries, the same kind of groceries that you can get at your local Kroger store, or Albertsons, or anything like that. I would not get those there, but things do seem to be more expensive, and I want to say that it's even more expensive than the same thing if you buy it at Sprouts. So it does seem to be more expensive. Now, Whole Foods is it's owned by Amazon. So, we're giving more money to, I'm not even gonna say his name. That's okay. Hey, G Money back in the room as well. Welcome to see you, G Money. Welcome to see you. Welcome back. Good to see you. The tripod with the light on it is gone. Well, it's not gone. It's just moved. It's over there. It's there. I'm pointing there, but you can't see that. It's off camera. So that's good. That's a good observation, though. Hey, there's a clock on the wall. That's right, Janice. There is a clock on the wall. And as time goes, I don't know if you can see it. It's a little bit far away. So I don't know that you can see it, but it is a Ministry of Silly Walks clock. So if any of you remember the skit on Monty Python's Flying Circus TV show, if anyone remembers the skit of the Ministry of Silly Walks, it is a Ministry of Silly Walks clock, and so it has a silhouette of John Cleese. With his legs, and his legs are the clock handles, so they kind of move around and everything, and it's a Ministry of Silly Walks clock. So there we go. So at the end of the live stream, when I say I can see by the old clock on the wall, there actually is a clock on the wall. So yes, very, very observant, Janice. So speaking of observant, we're going to do always, and I don't want to disappoint anybody, so we are going to do our food and drink ultimate foodie quiz. But one of the things that, as I was looking at this box, I did notice on the side it says, warning, choking hazard, small parts, not suitable for children under 3 years. Small parts, not suitable for children under 3 years. These are the parts, I don't know how small they think that is, and not suitable for children under 3 years, probably because most children under 3 years are not going to be able to read these cards. So maybe that's why it's not suitable for children under 3 years. But I mean, seriously, choking hazard? Oh, hey, they can get the whole card in their mouth. So I don't understand that. But I thought that was funny. And no California Proposition 65 label on this either. So at least they're not going to get cancer from this, or reproductive harm. So we have a cast of characters here. I was going to say, so I spent my whole paycheck. So that phrase, I just spent my whole paycheck just honky-tonking around. That's a little trivia question. What song is that from? I just spent my whole paycheck just honky-tonking around. Somebody tell me what song that is from. It's not why I specified that. The thing about Whole Foods is really interesting. When I was living back in Austin, Texas, so I lived there from I think 1991 through 2003. But when I first moved down there was only one Whole Foods, and it was on Lamar, so it was kind of their flagship store. And then they opened like a couple of other stores. So back by 1991, there was only one Whole Foods store and it was in Austin, Texas. And now they're like all over the place. But again, the reason that I wanted to do the Whole Foods theme is because I want to do more things that is more accessible to you out there. So in other words, wherever you are in the country, maybe I don't know if Whole Foods is international or not. Maybe Food Taster TV. Is there Whole Foods in Canada? I don't know that there are in other places. But what I tried to do is I'm trying to show you more things that you can easily get, that you have access to. And so at least in the United States, wherever you are, there is probably a Whole Foods close to you, and you can find interesting things. Now, I just picked some stuff. I actually picked some extra stuff as well, but I needed to narrow it down a little bit. So Whole Foods is a good place to go and find like really interesting or trippy foods. It's a good place to find trippy foods. And that's what we did. So Whole Foods seems familiar to me. Yeah, I just don't know if they're international or not. I don't know if they have them up in Canada or not. But it'd be interesting. Food taster, what grocery chains or what stores in Canada, or at least your neck of Canada, would you say is a good place for somebody, like, in other words, if one of your neighbors happened to say to you, hey, where's a good place to get some trippy foods? What would you tell them? Like what places in your part of Canada would you tell them would be a good place? Hey, Janice Yamanaka, again, 10 points, Janice. So make sure you write that down because I'm not keeping track of it. You are correct, Janice. It is from A Six Pack to Go by Hank Thompson. You're absolutely correct. Hey, John King in the room. Let me guess. You're drinking a Coors Banquet. I'm drinking water for now, but we're going to gravitate towards some other things. So I think normally I do. I think we agreed that moving forward we're going to be doing a alcoholic beverage and a non-alcoholic beverage probably on every live stream, and then we usually do about 4 snacks, I think. Although lately I think I've gone a little bit overboard. So today we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 snacks. It is what it is. Hey, good afternoon, David Thompson. Thank you for joining us. I don't recognize your name. I don't know that you have joined us previously. Have you just not been in the chat, but have you monitored the live stream? Or please tell me that I just haven't forgotten who you are, because I don't see that you've been in the stream before. But either way, welcome. What brings you to our neck of the woods? What brings you to Trippy Food? And where in the UK are you from? We have some other people, some other folks, regulars from the UK. Don't know where they are yet, but it's still early, so we still may see them. Hey, Sonic Jet is in the room. Welcome back, Sonic. It's good to see you. No, sir. Dos Equis. Wow, changing it up. Good for you, John. I like Dos Equis. All right, so Chinatown is always good. Yeah, of course. And there's almost always a Chinatown in every major city, even some smaller cities. There was a Chinatown in Portland. There's a Chinatown, but the thing about Portland, Oregon, There's a Chinatown, but it's mostly restaurants. There's not a lot of groceries in Chinatown. Although there are Chinese or Asian groceries in and around the Portland area. They're just not situated in Chinatown. But yeah, it's like a place like San Francisco's Chinatown, or New York's Chinatown, or even LA's Chinatown. That's a good bet for finding some interesting things to eat, to bring home and eat. But certainly, if you want to sit down there and eat, more power to you. Let's see you on Reckless Eating Uploads. Oh, okay, David. So you're coming over from Reckless Eating. Well, welcome, everybody. Please give a warm and hearty, trippy food welcome to David Thompson. Welcome, David. Good to see you. Dollar stores are good for weird snacks. Yes, they are. And then TNT. Maybe that's the next one we'll do. We'll do the dollar stores. So there's here we have Dollar General, the 99-cent only store, Dollar Tree. I know up in Canada, I don't know if they have them where you are, but they have Dollarama. Do they have Dollarama near you, Food Taster? TNT Supermarket is an amazing chain, huge Asian store the size of Costco in terms of building size, then Real Canadian Superstore. Wow, cool. Northwest UK between Liverpool and Manchester area. Oh, okay. Are you Scouse, David? I love that area. I love, especially Liverpool. Liverpool is one of my favorite cities in the world to visit. I love Liverpool. When are you going to review oatmeal for breakfast, Val? Are you serious? Review oatmeal for breakfast? Oatmeal? Isn't oatmeal just oatmeal? Hasn't every human being on the face of this earth had oatmeal for breakfast at some point in time? Oatmeal? Really? I mean, if there's a certain oatmeal, an interesting oatmeal, then let me know. But if you're just talking about a bowl of oatmeal, nobody wants to see that. I don't want to see that, and I'd be the one doing it. Val, I have to go get tested for COVID-19. Are you vaccinated, John, or are you immunocompromised where you can't get vaccinated, John? Oatmeal, hash brown, summer beef sausage, scrambled eggs, Benedict applewood bacon, and pancakes. That sounds awesome. I mean, it sounds good. It sounds delicious. But as far as a trippy food episode, I don't know that people would find that interesting. Just delicious. Dollar Tree has dollar steaks. Oh, my God. So, Stoner, I don't know if, so look at, go back and do a search in our episodes for dollar dining. And we did the dollar ribeye, Check that out. That was fun, sort of. We have Dollarama here, and Circle K gas stations have cool snacks. Yeah, I think 7-Eleven, you get some cool snacks at 7-Eleven. Also, the pharmacies, the big pharmacies like Walgreens and CVS, they have a lot of interesting things at Walgreens and CVS as well. And some of those, like when Reese's or Lay's or Pringles, when they come out with a new flavor, sometimes you can only find them at like a Walgreens or a CVS or something along those lines. You won't find them in the large grocery stores. So that's always a good bet too. Hey Val, the St. Peter drink you have is lovely. Oh, well, I'm about to find out. I thought it was interesting just because of the shape of the bottle. It looks like a bottle of medicine. But and I like stouts, and it's a creamy stout. So I mean, it sounds great. I'm really looking forward to that. We'll cover the snacks and beverages here in a minute. We're at 1:13. Maybe by 1:15 we'll start covering those. There are Trix oatmeal, Cocoa Puffs oatmeal, Cinnamon Toast Crunch oatmeal, and Lucky Charms oatmeal. Really? Oh, that's messed up. So they come in the little. Are they like little sealed packs that you just pour water in and stuff like that? Is that what it is, Janice? That sounds interesting. Sort of. The Cocoa Puffs oatmeal. It just sounds so weird. Yes, Val, I have been vaccinated. Oh, good, John. Well, good luck with your test. I hope that it comes back negative. But are you experiencing symptoms that is prompting you to go get tested? My father-in-law was sick. He started having problems breathing. He was coughing. He had a fever. And so he went to the hospital. He's been vaccinated, but he also had COVID. He was hospitalized for a while. He was hospitalized with COVID. So he went to the hospital, and he was really worried that it was COVID, even though he's been vaccinated. But it turns out that he had pneumonia. So it was good to find out that he didn't have COVID, but the fact that he had pneumonia is a bad thing. So I think he's already been released from the hospital and everything. But we still get other things now. So. Earthquake! No, it was my knee. Don't get me started on Dollar General foods. I love their Arctic. Yeah, Sonic, I remember you mentioning that. I haven't seen that yet. I'm going to have to go back and find that because you were a big proponent of trying the Arctic Ice orange sherbet ice cream. We'll definitely try that. Shoppers Drug Mart and London Drugs also have good snacks here. They are like your Walgreens. Oh, okay. Maybe affiliated. Maybe it's like sometimes chains in other countries go by a different name, but it's actually the same company. So it's possible that that is the case. Checking in because I'm phone lurking as usual. Val, I also call him he who should not be named, or Rooster Rocket for names of his strange geometric choices. That's right, Ryan. He doesn't need me to promote his name, so that's fine. Val, drink a gallon of prune juice. Do you hate me, John? Do you hate me? No, seriously, this is a serious question. Do you hate me? Why would you want me to drink a gallon? First of all, I can barely drink a gallon of anything. So this is my like beverage of choice, which is water. It's Crystal Geyser water. I guess I'm advertising for the Crystal Geyser water. So this is a gallon of Crystal Geyser water, and this lasts me the better part of the day. So I just drink it slowly over the course of the day. You're suggesting that I drink this much prune juice at one time. Speaking of being hospitalized, the new oatmeals have an oatmeal packet and a toppings packet. Oh my God, Janice, why don't I not remember seeing that? Do I need to get caught up on your videos maybe? I love oatmeal. It helps with good health. It does. It helps with your cholesterol. That's what I'm told. I'm told it helps with your cholesterol. I had a chicken parm sandwich yesterday. The bread was cheese garlic bread slices. That sounds good. On holiday in Portugal. Yay! I hear Portugal's beautiful. But thank you for taking time out of your holiday to join us on Trippy Food. So thank you, Icefish. Good to see you again. Let's see. I had a KFC spicy chicken sandwich. It was hot and spicy. It was hot and fresh food. How did it taste? Was it good? Because KFC, not really. I mean, not really crazy about KFC's chicken, but was it good? Sharper's Drug Mart has its own brand of snacks now called Carnaby Sweet and chocolate bars and gummies and other sweet snacks. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of Walmart has their own brand, but I can't remember the name of it. And CVS has their own brand, which is the Gold Emblem. Gold Emblem is the CVS brand for their snacks. I didn't used to see a lot of that, but I start to see a lot of that now. They're trying to do like the ghost pepper stuff and things along those lines. So, and then we actually covered a couple of those. Plus, I ate a 4-piece dinner, original recipe fried chicken. That's a lot of chicken, damn. Sonic. So you must like. Do you like KFC better than say Popeyes? Most people don't, but it's all a matter of taste. Let's see. Did I get anything? Oh, Walmart's brand is called Great Value. That's right, it is. All right. So, you know what? We have enough people in the room. It's by that number that I'm guessing that's right. So here's what I'm going to do. Before I start in to describe the snacks, I'm going to do this. So I want to mention this to you guys, only because I can't say that maybe it did bother me a little bit. Val, you need to recreate at KFC's Double Down sandwich. Maybe. Can I just go to KFC and order the Double Down sandwich, or do they not have it anymore? Superstore has its own brand of foods and snack called President's Choice. Oh, that's right. We were talking about President's Choice before because there's I want to say it's Albertsons. Albertsons has its own thing called President's Choice, but I'm sure that they're completely different. Val, if you put on a white beard, you could be Colonel Sanders. I love KFC. Popeyes is good too, but dry sometimes. Church's chicken is also good, and I do like El Pollo Loco. Yeah, but El Pollo Loco is completely different. It's a completely different thing. And then being in Southern California, Sonic, do they have Zancow chicken out near you? Sonic, have you been to a Zancow chicken? I don't think you get the sandwich anymore. Oh, okay. Well, we might be able to recreate that. That would be, we're going to be doing some recreations and stuff. So let me get back on topic. So this week, I want to say it was Thursday. I can't recall. There was a baseball game that they held at the Field of Dreams, which is that big field out in Iowa that was built for that movie Field of Dreams. Right? If you build it, they will come. Where the White Sox, the 1919 White Sox, who were who lost the World Series because of a scandal. I mean, they won, but there was calls of them cheating, and that's what the movie was about. Anyways, so they just did a baseball game there. It was the New York Yankees versus the Chicago White Sox, and for that game, specifically for that game, Chevrolet had asked Guy Fieri to come up with a dish for that, right? And they suggested apple pie hot dog, right? So Guy Fieri made this apple pie hot dog. So here is, I'm going to send you that link. Hang on a second. I'm going to send you the link. Here is Guy Fieri's apple pie hot dog. So I'm watching this and I'm going like, hang on a second. So Guy Fieri's making a big deal out of this. Oh, this is this thing I came up with for Chevrolet, right? So then I think it was I can't remember who it was, but they did an interview with him. Here's the interview, and in that interview, Guy Fieri says, "I don't know why anyone hasn't come up with this before." And then I realized, no, somebody has come up with this before. I did in 2017. I made not only an apple pie hot dog, but I also made a hot dog apple pie. And if any of you guys don't remember that episode, here is the link to that. So I did an apple pie hot dog and a hot dog apple pie. And so I left comments on those videos and the tweets that hey, great idea. That's why I came up with it back in 2017. But in the interview he says, how come anyone hasn't come up with this? So I'm going to ask you to do this. Here's what I'm going to ask you guys to do. So I don't know if you want to put it on Reddit or whatever, but I feel like I'm being ignored because I'm telling them, hey guys, maybe you could have done a little bit of research because I did this back in 2017. But so if you guys can use the social media of your choice, and I'm not, you don't have to. This is just a favor you would do for me. Is just put it out there on social media that hey, Guy Fieri says nobody's done this before, and this is what I came up with. But Trippy Food did it back in 2017. So there we are. Got that out of the way. Hello, Mrs. Trippy Food. Did she walk by? I missed her. Val, what is that hanging off the door behind you? Those are press passes. So those are media press passes for different events that I've been to. They gave me press passes, and I had no other place to put them, so they're hanging on the door. That's not different though. Two things. Janice got the clock. Somebody mentioned that the light is moved. That's fine. So then the other two things is my haircut. Although I don't like the way it came up today. Normally it's okay, but it kind of looks funny today. I look like if you guys have seen the video of Jay Leno hanging on the front of that airplane. If you haven't, you got to check it out. Jay Leno airplane. Just do a Google search. YouTube Jay Leno airplane. I look like him in that video with this hair. And the other thing is the glasses. The glasses are relatively new too, but new glasses. So there we go. Who would win in a fight, Val versus Guy? Guy Fieri? But Val doesn't fight. You mean like a cook-off or something like that? Probably Guy Fieri. He's a cook or a chef. I'm not. I just do things out of necessity. So he would probably win that. I'm going down for a bit, guys. Love you. And hey, okay, Food Taster TV. If you have time and you join us afterwards, we will see you soon. Have you noticed his legs moving? John Cleese's legs are moving. Val versus Bobby Flay. Adam Richman is nicer than Guy Fieri. I have not met Guy Fieri. I understand. I would think that he seems like a nice guy. He seems like the kind of guy that you could have a beer with. I would actually think that Guy Fieri would be like a really cool guy to hang out with. I have met Adam Richman, and I can verify that Adam Richman is a nice guy. So they're probably both nice guys. I have met other celebrity food people that are not so nice, but Adam Richman is definitely nice, and Guy Fieri probably is nice. But I would like to meet Guy Fieri. I would like to have a beer with Guy Fieri. Just like he didn't know you made that first. Could there be someone who did it too that you are not aware? Yeah, absolutely. And I think I said that in one of my comments. I'm like, it's such a great idea that not only, I would not be surprised if I was not the first one to do that, if there were people that did it before me. But but I didn't. And when I made my video, I didn't say I'm the only one that, or I just came up with this, or I invented this, or how come no one did it before me. If I was going to say something like that, I would have done an internet search first before I said something like that. I mean, all they had to do was do an internet search, and they would have saw that somebody had done it, already done it, and it was me, and it was back in 2017. So, what exactly is an apple pie hot dog? Is it a hot dog inside a pie? Well, Sonic, there's, again, on my channel, I did too. Now, I did an apple pie hot dog and a hot dog apple pie. So for me, an apple pie hot dog is a hot dog with apple pie on it, right? And a hot dog apple pie is an apple pie with a hot dog inside it, right? So I did both. Guy Fieri only did, he called it an apple pie hot dog, but I think it's pretty much a hot dog apple pie that he did. But I think he called it an apple pie hot dog. Hey, Peter Griffin in the room. Peter, you can you settle it's not an argument, but can you help us out? We were asking the question of whether they have Whole Foods in other places besides the United States. Do they have Whole Foods in the UK? Just asking because I could have thought apple pie hot dog was a thing. Sure, I mean, like I am probably not the first person to have come up with that, but I did come up with that and do that in 2017. So it's not a new thing. Trippy cards today, of course. Time to go over the snacks and drinks. Thank you, Janice, for keeping me in line. So again, everything that we have here is from Whole Foods. So let's start with this one. Again, you're going to find a lot of keto, vegan, any special diet kind of things. You'll find a lot of that stuff at Whole Foods. It's not the place that you're going to find like Frosted Flakes and Skippy peanut butter. You will not find that stuff there. So, so our first snack, we'll figure it out. We'll play with it. Is Wytha's? No, I'm not kidding. It's Eve's. Eve's veggie cuisine, veggie pepperoni, plant-based, contains no meat. So it is vegan pepperoni. Let's see. Eve's Veggie is part of Hanes Celestial Canada. So this is from Canada. It's manufactured in Delta, BC, and Trenton, Ontario. And it was originally created by a Vancouver chef, Yves Potvin, maybe I'm saying his name wrong, back in the 1980s. So it's vegan pepperoni. We're going to try that, see what that tastes like. That we do have them in big cities like London now. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know if it was international or not. I mean, if they're owned by Amazon, it only stands to reason that they have them like, there's probably one in Antarctica. Number 2 on our hit parade. Let's see. Let's do these. So these are Vosges. I don't know how to pronounce that. Vosges. I think it's French. Blood orange hibiscus caramel marshmallows. Doesn't that sound good? And these are from Vosges Hot Chocolate in Chicago, Illinois. That's right. They're not from France. That sounds like it. Delta, BC. Watch out. It's got the COVID. Oh, are things really bad in Delta? Oh, Delta. I get it. I thought, never mind. That's fine. These are evolved. It looks like something's leaking through there, but I hope it's just the design of the package. But it doesn't look like it. It looks like something's leaking out of there. These are evolved coconut butter cups, and the company is Evolved Chocolate. It was started by Rick Gusam. Ooh, it's soft. Guzmano and Christine Cusano. It started as Eating Evolved back in 2012 in Hauppauge, New York, and that's where they're from. We're going to try those next. It is made with ethically sourced cacao. It is paleo and it is vegan. So we're going to try that. And this, which it looks like it's some sort of building material, but it does look interesting. This is Mitica Fig Almond Cake. The company is Forever Cheese. They're from Long Island City, New York, and these are That's who distributes it. But these are made from the Valles brothers in Valencia, Spain. So an artisanal Spanish cake made with just whole pajarero. I'm going to say it that way wrong. Figs and Marcona almonds. It takes about 500 to 600 figs to form one 11-pound cake, and workers destem them by hand. So makes it sound even tastier. Sorry, late puppies are having some issues. I'll be watching, but may not say much. Okay, Tom, good luck with the puppies. We are pulling for them. Live stream today, Tom. Oh, okay. Yes, Tom, if you're listening, are you doing a live stream today? We assume you are, unless we hear otherwise. Yes, Steve Russell, I did enjoy the fair. Thank you for asking. We have video. So. All right, we did that. Yes, these, Dole, red bananas. The company is Dole. Everyone knows Dole from the pineapples. These are red bananas, and these bananas are from Honduras. Now, here's the thing about these. I don't know if they're bad. I don't know if they're good. I can't tell because they look like bad bananas. They look like the yellow bananas have gone bad, but they're not. These are red bananas. So we're going to try those. You don't see those a lot. You don't see those a lot in any grocery store. But these looked interesting. The company is called Tia Lupita. And these are cactus, grain-free tortilla chips, and habanero flavor. Let's see, are they? It doesn't say whether they're vegan or not. Oh no, it's gluten-free, it's non-GMO, it is vegan, and it is dairy-free. Although it's a chip. How much dairy do you typically find in a chip, anyways? The ingredients are blended cassava flour, and cassava is yucca, not yucca. And nopales cactus. Nopales cactus. That's like saying queso cheese. Nopales cactus means cactus. So it's made with cactus and cassava flour. Let's see what else. Habanero seasoning, carrot powder, sea salt, cane sugar. I don't know why they have to put sugar in these things. Garlic powder, habanero pepper, annatto extract, which is for color, yellow color. Mango powder, molasses powder, turmeric, coconut flour, and chia seeds. Sounds interesting. I want to try that. Then we come to our beverages, and I'm really excited about this as well. So this is St. Peter's Cream Stout, coffee and vanilla aromas with creamy chocolate notes derived from malt and hops. And so this is from St. Peter's Brewery. They are in Bungay, I'm not sure how that's pronounced, in Suffolk, in England. And this is 6.5% ABV. But the bottle, tell me, does this not look like one of those old medicine bottles that you did? Have you ever gone on a dig, in like maybe an old part of a landfill, very old part of a landfill, and dig for old antique bottles? This looks like one of those antique bottles. It's kind of a weird shape. So I do like stouts. It sounds creamy. It sounds delicious. So I'm really looking forward to that. Let's see. Oh, some other people came into the room. I don't want to miss anybody. We do have Steve Russell. I think I mentioned Steve. I think I answered his question. We have Baby Bug and Baby Bug. Oh, Haley. Okay. Haley. Welcome, Haley. Let's see. Card Val. Well, no, we don't read a card until we start opening some of these snacks, John, but we'll do that soon. How many states you drove in, Val? How many states I drove in? Every one of them. Every state, no, I take that back. I didn't drive in Hawaii. I didn't drive in Alaska. There might be a couple of other states I didn't drive. I might have taken like a train somewhere or, something like that. So I didn't actually drive in those states, but most of them I drove in. Looks like wine or some other kind of tonic. Yeah, it does. It really does. There are only 3 plates on your wall. 3 license plates? No, there's 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 license plates. 5, yeah. And last but not least is our non-alcoholic beverage, and this is Sambazon Blood Orange Acerola. Acerola. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. It is actually the Barbados cherry, is what they call it, but it's not a member of the cherry family. They call it a Barbados cherry. That's what an acerola is, or acerola, or a Corolla, or Toyota Corolla. I'm not sure. This is Amazon Energy. Oh, how strange to find something called Amazon in Whole Foods. Amazon Energy antioxidant-rich energy drink from vitamin C, low calorie, organic, vegan, and gluten-free. Why would this not be vegan? Let's see, the ingredients, sparkling filtered water, organic blood orange juice, that's good. Organic erythritol, and erythritol is basically fermented in sugar that's fermented by yeast. And so it is a lower calorie but sweet extract. Invert cane syrup, yeah, go screw it up with cane syrup. Organic flavors, organic green tea extract, fruit and vegetable juice, citric acid, organic yerba mate extract. That's interesting. Stevia extract. Oh, I hate stevia. Okay, so we're going to try that. So we have a lot of snacks. We have 2 beverages. I think what we'll do is we'll start with our non-alcoholic beverage, do some snacks, and then open our beer. How's that sound? Enjoyed your guys' Noggle collaboration. Well, thank you, PPP Fire God, and welcome to the room. I've not seen you in a while. Welcome back. Hey, Val, it's Chris. It is Chris. Chris is a former coworker of mine. So, Chris, glad you could join us. This, I think, is probably your first time joining us, but welcome, everybody. Please give Christian Rodriguez a warm and hearty Trippy Food welcome. Welcome to the room. Hope you enjoy it. Val, drink a chug of clabbered milk. No, sorry. Okay, so let's go ahead and open our beverage. But before we do that, let's read a card. So here's a good one. The oldies will get this one. The question is, what restaurant chain was known for their orange roofs? Roofs? Youths? What is it? Roofs? Roofs? Roofs. What restaurant chain was known for its orange roofs? So that goes on the back burner. Turn that down a little bit. And let's go ahead and open up our first beverage, which is our organic, low-calorie, Sambazon, blood orange, and acerola. Somebody please tell me how to pronounce that. Acerola? Acerola? I don't know. Toyota Corolla? I was expecting it to have kind of a fruity smell. It's very, very subtle. Ooh, it's pink. This is an energy drink, so I don't want to drink too much of it or I'll be wired and I'll be talking for like an hour and a half. Oh, I have to talk for an hour and a half anyways. Thanks, Val. I'm currently eating taquitos and drinking a brand hard seltzer. Which hard seltzer, Chris? It has that energy drink taste, and part of it is the stevia, I think. This, like, whatever they put stevia, it has that artificial flavor. Now, this does have that kind of almost like a mint cooling thing. I didn't see mint in the ingredients, but it does have that kind of cool mint kind of effect to it. So it's kind of refreshing, but it's also a little bit syrupy. So it's hard to be like refreshing, being like cool and minty and syrupy at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. Also, it just tastes like a jumble of stuff. So nothing really sticks. I mean, blood orange is one of the main things listed as what it's supposed to taste like, but the blood orange is like so subtle. I mean, it tastes more like vegetables than fruit. I don't know. Not crazy about it. I suppose if you're going to drink an energy drink and everything, maybe that's a good thing because it does taste better than like a Red Bull or something along those lines. But I don't know. In some ways, I'm kind of disappointed by it. It's going to get a thumbs in the middle. It's not terrible, but it's just not. I mean, it kind of doesn't wow me. I expected to have like a fruitier flavor, and it just doesn't. So there we go. Sambazon Blood Orange Acerola Amazon Energy Drink. Thumbs in the middle. Too bad. Let's go back to our question, and it looks like we have 2 answers to that. So the question was, what restaurant chain was known for their orange roofs? John King says Whataburger, and John King is not incorrect because Whataburger's colors are orange and white. So you do see some of them where the roof is orange, but they're not what's known for their orange roof. Janice Yamanaka says Howard Johnson's, and Janice Yamanaka is absolutely correct. It is Howard Johnson's. The restaurants were called Hojo's. Well, actually, they weren't originally called Hojo's. Originally called Howard Johnson's, and then over a period of time, just for short, they called the restaurant Hojo's. They were really popular, really big, and now there's none left. So, like completely done away. But in our lifetimes, I think the last one, maybe it was like 2012, somewhere around there, the last one closed. It was in New York. So if you have not been to it, it's kind of like it was sort of like a Denny's, I suppose. The food was pretty good from what I remember, but I'm sure that like over time they went downhill. What Howard Johnson's was really famous for were their clam strips. So if you're from New England, or if you've eaten seafood in New England, usually if you're getting fried clams, it's like the whole bellies and everything. The Ipswich clams, I think we did an episode on it. If you look for our which one is it? We did the Essex clams, the place where it was invented. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank. Somebody help me out here. It's in Essex, Woodman's. Thank you. Well, I mean, I would have thanked you if you'd told me, but Woodman's of Essex, the place where the fried clam was invented, they do the whole bellies and everything, but Howard Johnson's was famous for its clam strips, and its clam strips were, I don't know if it was just the neck or they just kind of chopped it up and formed it back into something. That's what Howard Johnson's was famous for. So there you go. Don't mention the Whataburger around Quincy. Yeah, I guess, well, there's several things at play. I used to like Whataburger. Whataburger was okay when I lived in Texas. When I lived in Texas, I used to like Whataburger, but I imagine a couple of things could be at play here. One, it could have gotten worse over time, and two, it could be depending on which Whataburger that you eat at. So yeah, I understand that he had a bad experience, but he gave it the old college try, and I think that's important. It's acerola. Oh, okay, acerola. I did not know that. Thank you, Janice. Eat 15 pounds of cheese curds, Val, dipped in chocolate peanut butter. I'll tell you what, John. Since you're building your channel, why don't you do that first, and then I'll follow up with it, and I'll do it as well. So 15 pounds of cheese curds dipped in chocolate peanut butter. Yeah, that sounds really good. I can't wait to see your video. Thank you. It's hard to get any cheese curds here in California. It is, Janice, but I found them at Sprouts. I have found cheese curds at Sprouts. Did see them somewhere else too. They are hard to find though. I mean, like, obviously if you're in one of the northern states, if you're in, Oregon, Washington, Maine, Wisconsin, especially Wisconsin, they're easy to find. Harder to find here, but you can find them. Just have to look really, really hard. All right, so that the question was, what restaurant chain was known for orange roofs? And the answer was Howard Johnson's. Let's start with a snack. Let's see. Let's start with let's do the sweet stuff first. So I'm going to start with a banana only because I want to get that done. So we're going to start with our red bananas. You ask another question. And the question is, what food word was coined by Dorothy Morgan and Donald Watson in 1944? Again, what food word was coined by Dorothy Morgan and Donald Watson in 1944? That goes on I'm going to put that on the middle burner because not every stove has a middle burner. But as we saw, Philip Gerard proved that his stove does, in fact, have a middle burner. So that's where we're going to put that, on the middle burner. And let us open up one of our bananas. I don't suppose it matters which one. Let's do one of the little ones. I have no idea why, what the application of this is. Like, is this good for making a peanut butter and banana sandwich? Is it good for just slicing and eating as is? I really don't know. It has a really tough skin, and the inside of that, it's like it's a different texture. You see that? Kind of. Can't find that sweet spot. There it is. It has a little bit of a different texture than a regular one. The skin is kind of weird. It's kind of, it's like thick paper. It has to be a slug burger. A slug burger. A burger made with slug? That would kill you. I don't know if you guys had heard that story. There was a kid who on a dare, he ate a slug, you know, a garden slug. He ate a garden slug. And apparently there's some sort of like parasite or something that killed him. So don't eat slugs. Boko. Boko what? Boko Raton? Boko what? Oh, the term. Okay. All right. I would pass on those. On the red bananas? You would pass on the red bananas? Do you not like bananas, Jared? Or do you not like, or just, it just looks a little bit weird to you? Well, we're going to try this and we're going to see. There we go. By the way, Prep Cook Gaming, I don't recognize you. I don't recognize your name. Are you new to the chat? I've not seen you before. What brings you here, and where are you from? What is your closest metropolitan city? Hey, Portmanteau is back. Welcome. Good to see you. These do have a really interesting flavor. I mean, obviously there's a banana flavor, but there's something else there, and I just can't quite place it. And I can't say it's sweeter because it's not sweeter. The texture is different. It's a little bit more spongy, not as much moisture as there is in a typical banana. These taste like they would be really good in something that you were going to bake something baked. For some reason, I'm picturing like cookies or something like that this would be used in. Slug burgers. Oh, there's such thing as slug burgers. Use flour or grits as an extender. Interesting. I did not know that. Thank you, Janice. I had not heard the term slug burger. I miss Doodle. These are really interesting. Wow. It's hard to, like, I want to say that, you know, the great big thumbs up, they're just really, you know, when you get used to a certain taste, like regular bananas, and you try that one, it's just really different. They're good, but a different texture, a different taste and everything. I'm still going to give it a thumbs up. Those are going to get a thumbs up. Red bananas. Who knew? I didn't know. That's why I decided to try it from Whole Foods. Longtime fan, love watching your content with Matt Zayas, Reckless Eating. Yeah, we've done a lot over the years. We have done a ton of stuff with Reckless Eating. So both on their channel and on Trippy Food. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to check out that slug burger. I'm not familiar with that. Dehydrated bananas, maybe, yeah. That might taste good. So, thumbs up either way. Our question again was, what food word was coined by Dorothy Morgan and Donald Watson in 1944? It looks like John King is saying boko. Sure. I don't know that anybody else said anything. John King said New England clam chowder, but I think it was in regards to something else. Maybe Prep Cook, was that what you were referring to? The slug burger was the food word that was coined by Dorothy Morgan and Donald Watson in 1944. Is slug burger was a reference to that? Let's see. What did Janice say? I'm trying to find Janice's here. Oh, they coined the term veganism. Janice, as always, you are absolutely correct. They did coin the term veganism in 1944. I imagine that people were doing somewhat of a vegan diet before that. Mostly it was vegetarianism was before that. But in 1944, they specifically specified a diet that had no animal products whatsoever and called it veganism back in 1944. Still young. Val, I recommend a video game to play. Is it called A? Emmy May did a video on homemade version of a slug burger. She has a whole series on food. Yeah, I've watched her series, Food Born Out of Hard Times. There was like dirt cookies. She did dirt cookies. I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I like her channel. Portmanteau, you're absolutely right. Life is Strange. Oh, that's the name of the video? I'll have to check that out. Thank you. Maybe at least boil the slug, then consume it. I don't know, Friar Tuck. I think the thing is, I would be very, very hesitant. I don't know if it's like a bacteria or a parasite or something, but there's something that slugs can carry that will kill you. So like, why bother trying? And the thing is, if you're going to eat a slug, eat a snail. You know, snails can also carry stuff that can kill you as well, but you have to just be really careful and make sure that they're that you raise the snail for food. Val versus vegans part 2. No, Val is not versus vegan. I'm eating vegan food here today. So I'm not again. This is vegan food. This is vegan. So I am not against or opposed to vegans whatsoever. I have a very high respect for vegans because it requires a discipline that I don't have. So I have the utmost respect for vegans. I kind of wish that some of them had that kind of respect for me, but they don't. But that's not a blanket statement. It's just that there are some militant vegans that are just kind of like. There was one person who one recent tweet where they were saying, "Oh, these people like they thought that that vegans could do this, eat honey." I think it was that vegans could eat honey. It's like, yeah, I thought that when I first started out as a vegan, and I'm like, yeah, and you're criticizing other people for something that you thought when you were first starting out. Maybe you could be a little bit more, mentoring towards them than criticizing them for something that you experienced when you first started. So yeah, I have nothing against vegans. I honestly and truly do not. I have the utmost respect for them, but some of them can be a little bit militant. So. I don't eat bananas once in a while, but not a big fan. Well, I have to go now. Oh, all right, Jared. Well, thank you for at least joining us for the first part of our show, and thank you for joining us. Val is a stinky anti-vegan. Cancel him. Whatever you say, Ryan. And I'm a you're a vegan or a vegetarian? Vegans are like onions. We have lawyers. Layers or lawyers? I think onions have lawyers. The irony of live and live and let live definitely lost on some of the more militant vegans, but some of them are perfectly wonderful people. Yeah, no. I truly admire what they stand for and what they're trying to do. I honestly and truly do. It's just that some of them are just like calling somebody a murderer because they ate something with an animal product in there and everything. It's like, I didn't kill anything. What are you talking about? So we won't get too much into that. Won't get too far into the weeds because that's a whole nother discussion. Maybe we should do a podcast on that or something along those lines. All right, so we did our bananas, did our beverage. Time for another snack. Let's ask a question. So the question is, what Chinese American chef coined the term Peking ravioli to refer to pot stickers? Again, what Chinese American chef coined the term Peking ravioli to refer to pot stickers? Those of you in the Boston area, are there any of those? Are you in the Boston area? You might get that one because she was very popular in the Boston area. She had restaurants in the Boston area. See, did I miss anything? I'm distinctly passive vegan, but fall off the bus sometimes for sure. Yeah, well, my brother, one of my younger brothers, Larry, is somewhat vegan, and every once in a while he refers to eating dirty, which apparently is like going and eating something that is not vegan. But he's not criticizing himself. I don't criticize him either. You slip and fall every once in a while. I'm not going to criticize you for that. So, okay, snack. So I'm going to do these only because they're soft and there's something leaking through the package. So we are going to do our evolved coconut butter cups. They're white, so they're not brown. So I'm guessing they're not trying to pretend to be peanut butter cups. Let's see. I don't know if P.F. Chang's is an actual oh, they're completely melted. They're totally and completely melted. Here's what I'm going to do. I have, over here somewhere, I have a fork. This, by the way, earthquake or my knee, one or the other, one or something. These are biodegradable forks. They're made with corn. And so I recommend that if you're going to buy disposable silverware, that you buy these because they're biodegradable. I can't recall the brand, but I think we've mentioned it on previous episodes. So this is like, I mean, look at that. It's just completely and totally melted. So we're going to eat that with a fork. I mean, I imagine it tastes the same. It shows a white filling. I'm not seeing anything white at all. I guess it's on the inside. What a mess. I'm dripping that all over the place. I did not want to do that, but. Ooh, that's good chocolate. It's like a lot of cocoa powder happening there. And it kind of dries your mouth out. How can something melted dry your mouth out? It doesn't make sense. It's just sticking everywhere. I'm a little bit disappointed. So the ingredients are organic coconut, organic cacao, organic coconut sugar, organic cacao butter, Himalayan sea salt. That's it. May contain traces of almonds. I don't know how they get in there. Maybe they sneak in there. Oh my God, he's stuck in the machine. I'm going to give that a thumbs down. And the reason I'm going to give it a thumbs down, it actually tastes pretty good. I'm a little bit put off by that kind of dryness. Like, how can something almost in a liquid form be dry? But I think it's the cacao. It's just, or cocoa, however you want to say that. It just has this kind of mouth drying effect to it. I'm not tasting coconut. How do you not taste coconut in something called coconut butter cups? So that's why it's going to get a thumbs down, because I was expecting coconut to be the main flavor. There's a little bit of hinted on the outside, but you should get punched in the face by coconut right off the bat. So that's going to get a thumbs down for me. But again, not bad, pretty good tasting. Speaking of getting punched in the face, so somebody the other day was saying, we're talking about onions, and they said that onion is the only vegetable that will make you cry. And I said, well, I had a friend who told me that onion is the only vegetable that will make you cry, and I disagreed with them and proved it to them by throwing watermelon at their face. You could say coconut, whatever you want to say. But that didn't really happen, but it makes for a funny joke. So our question was, what Chinese-American chef coined the term Peking ravioli to refer to pot stickers? Let's see. Portmanteau said, let's see. I think you were going with P.F. Chang, if that was a real person. Stoner Kitchen said Joyce Chen. Janice Yamanaka said Joyce Chen. Was that it? Were there any other ones? The correct answer is Joyce Chen. So yes, Joyce Chen had several restaurants in the Boston area. She was a very popular chef in the Boston area, and she actually had a television show for a while as well. Joyce Chen Cooks, I think it was called. So Joyce Chen is the one that coined the term Peking ravioli. So give yourself 10 points if you got that right. Give yourself 20 points if you didn't get that right. And give yourself 30 points if you didn't participate whatsoever. So let's put this back in the deck. Let's catch up on here. It's dietary to me. I need animal protein every so often or I get sick. Yeah, Ryan, well, I was going to say, no one is going to judge you for that. You do what you do. For me, I eat vegan meat substitutes. I don't like them only because they, as an omnivore, I'll eat those meats on a regular basis, and the substitutes don't match that, right? I would prefer that they come up with something unique and different tasting. So something that matches the texture of meat and has some meaty flavor, but not necessarily trying to pretend to be beef or pork or chicken or something along those lines. I would prefer that. I do like eating that every once in a while just to change it up. I think so. I think the last thing we reviewed at Carl's Jr., we got a Beyond Burger in that. So yeah, to me, it's kind of like anytime you do something that's supposed to taste like something else, but isn't made out of that, and you're asking somebody to compare that who eats that on a regular basis, doesn't usually work out. I understand if you are a vegan, you used to eat meat, you used to love meat, that those substitutes at least should satisfy you. So I understand that. But as far as getting somebody who is an omnivore to not eat as much meat, it's not really going to lure them away by making something that tastes close but isn't the same thing. So make something different. Make something different. Plus, there's so many other vegan things that have nothing to do with meat or not even reference to meat that are delicious. So, it is. I will be canceling my stream tonight. The pup should be just fine, but as a precaution, we're going to keep a close eye on him for the next couple of days. All right, Tom, thank you for letting everybody know. I'll mention it again towards the end of our stream so that people know that. Hey, Wendy Austin in the room. Good to see you, Wendy, again. Welcome back. Finally saw King Crimson live. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're excellent. I think, is it, how do you say his name? Jasix? The guy that's doing the vocals. I've heard him do vocals, or I heard him singing some of the songs that Greg Lake and John Wenton were known for singing, and he does a really, really good job. He doesn't sound exactly like them, but I don't want him to. But yeah, King Crimson has always been like a favorite band of mine going way back. I think I saw them probably about 10 years ago. I think I saw them. They didn't have. I'm trying to remember who was. Trey Mastroletto was in the band. Tony Levin, I think, was in the band. And I think Adrian Belew might have been in the band. But yeah, and I also saw a 21st Century Schizoid band that had a lot of the older members that were in there. And I saw John Wenton and Greg Lake live, but with their own bands, not with King Crimson. So, wow, glad you were able to see that. So they're cool. I think they're coming here to the Greek Theater or something. They're going to be playing here soon. So, let's see what I miss. Okay, people are talking about the pups. That's okay. Sorry to hear about your husband. I'm sorry. So Janice, did I miss something? Is Ed okay? I didn't hear that, or I didn't see something. Maybe I missed something. Oh, my husband is supposed to eat a lot of animal meats because he is on dialysis. Oh, okay. I missed that. I'm sorry, Janice. Plant proteins have too much phosphorus in them, which the dialysis can't pull out. Yeah, it's you do what you have to do. That's it. Dude, the guitarist for King Crimson is legendary. Yeah, but what's his name, Ryan? Val, are we making Dollar Colada tonight? Cool. Are we gonna see a video, John? We recently saw them here at the Concord Pavilion. Happy to see Tony Levin play bass. I'm only known as Peter Gabriel's bass player. He's been he was a session bass. He's been a session bass player for a lot of bands. Prep Cook. If you check out Liquid Tension Experiment, check out his playing on Liquid Tension Experiment. It's just he's a monster. I believe he's from Watertown, Massachusetts, if I'm not mistaken. Robert Fripp is a legend, just perched on that bar stool and remain motion. That's his shtick, though. I have never seen him move around on stage. No matter what what he's done, never saw. That's his shtick. He just sits on the bar stool the whole time. He's always been like that. The one and only Fripp, Robert Fripp. That's correct. My dad knows a bunch of his stuff. I'll definitely be looking that up. Yes, please do. Prep Cook, are you a fan of progressive rock? That's like my favorite genre of music, progressive rock. I am fortunate to have seen Emerson, Lake and Palmer in their heyday, so that was fun. All right, let's get moving on it. Well, we got an hour left. I think we're doing good. Val is still having trouble uploading videos. Well, send me an email, John, and I'll try to help you out if you actually want that help. All right, so let's do another snack and let's ask another question. So our question is, what specific animal is squab? So when you go to a restaurant and you order a squab, what are you actually getting? When you order squab, what specific animal is squab? Now let's put them on the front burner, just to be different, and because the other burners already have stuff on them. My all-time favorite progressive rock guitarist is Alan Holdsworth. Was great. Prep Cook. Have you ever seen him live? I saw UK. But he had already left the band when I saw UK, so they didn't have a guitarist. It was after Terry Holdsworth and Bruford left. But I did get to see Alan Holdsworth live with IOU, which was his own band, and it was amazing. So yeah, absolutely. Fripp is more like machine rock. He sometimes, I mean, his music varies, but he has a very unique style. All right, let's. I read the question. Let's try the snack, and let's do this cake. So this is the Mitica Fig Almond Cake from Forever Cheese Company in Long Island City, New York. Actually sold by Forever Cheese Company, but not made by Forever Cheese Company. Yeah, Prep Cook, Chad Wackerman was playing for IOU when I saw them. So, all right. I also saw Bruford, but Alan Holdsworth had left the band before I saw the show, and so John Clark was the guitarist for Bruford when I went to see them. Ooh, it smells nice. I'm guessing this is going to be a little bit like a cross between a Fig Newton and a I don't know. I'm not sure. Just take a bite of this. Oh my God. You can see those almonds in there? They're whole almonds. It almost has the texture of the filling of a Fig Newton. Definitely the flavor. Or like a pecan pie, maybe a little bit more firm than a pecan pie and not as sweet. That's delicious. It has that flavor of dried fig. I mean, the full flavor of dried figs. It was really good. Funny thing is, I got it in the cheese section. Wow, that's really good. That's a thumbs way up. Yeah, it's really good. It's very rich. I can't see eating a lot of that. I should pace myself on that. My dad has the first UK album. It's really epic. Yeah, that was my. I remember when that album first came out in Boston. There was a record store called New England Music City, and what they used to do is when new albums came out, they would play them in the store. So you'd walk into the store to do album shopping. They would put a new album on the turntable and then just play it through the store. And they put on the UK album, and I'm like, oh my God, what is this? What is this? I have to have this. Consequently, they also played the Van Halen's first album. And when that first came out, I want to say 1977, 1978, somewhere around that, when that first came out, I was just like, oh my God, what is this sound? I've never heard anything like this before. So those come to mind. The first UK album and the first Van Halen album are two things that they played there that I just like. I have to have these. I don't even know who they are. I have to have these. John King keeps saying raccoon. I don't think it's the answer to our question. Oh no, maybe it is the answer to our question. All right. It looks like a fruitcake. Yeah, it almost similar to a fruitcake, but because I was going to say that it looked like it was going to taste like a fruitcake, but it doesn't taste like a fruitcake at all. The texture is completely different. It really has a very, very strong taste of fig. Janice, if you like figs, you will love that. And then the whole almonds are, they have a crunchiness to them and everything. It's really good. Thumbs way, way up. Matheny. I got to meet Matheny at when I was living in Austin, Texas. There was a radio. I don't know if it was at Waterloo Music. Waterloo Music had a contest, and they said, drop your card in here or something for a chance to win like a meet and greet with Pat Metheny. He was playing at Bass Concert Hall there, and I won. So I won tickets to the event, and then I got to meet him afterwards, and so he signed my album for me. But always loved Pat Metheny. It looks very dense with a lot of molasses. I don't know that there's molasses in it. I think it's dense, but I don't know that there's molasses in it. Let's read the ingredients. Let's see. Ingredients: whole pajarero figs, macarona almonds. That's it. It's figs and almonds. That's the only thing in it. And that's what it tastes like. That's really good. It's really, really good. That is a Crocodile Dundee fig bar. I guess so. That's not a fig bar. This is a fig bar. My dad has the same story of certain albums he remembers here in the Bay Area, especially Tower Records, which would have them playing outside to draw you in. Yeah, I don't remember Tower Records doing that so much. But I do remember meeting I've told this story. I know I've told this story on the live chat before about meeting the Bangles. You can't see it. I have it hanging on the wall. There's a Bangles poster for Doll Revolution, the album they came out with. So that they were promoting that, and they were doing a live in-store performance of Doll Revolution. And afterwards, they were signing things. So they signed the poster for me. Susanna Haas broke my heart. Let's see. I was born in East LA. Are you doing the Cheech Marin song, or are you saying that you actually were born in East LA? Oh, what is Cheech's finest movie? You are talking about Cheech Marin. Val, what is your favorite bootleg recording of a live show? I never really liked bootleg recordings of live shows because for me the quality was always like not listenable. I'm not really crazy about live like Emerson, Lake and Palmer is one of my favorite bands, but their live albums I just don't like. Even Pictures in an Exhibition. I love the music, but the quality of the music is just kind of like there's something that I don't like about live albums. So. How close are you to the closest wildfire? I don't know. I'm not sure where they are. I think most of the big ones are in Northern California, but you know it's fire season, so there could be one. We don't have a big one like we did last year or the beginning of this year. I don't even remember when it was. Seems like we always have wildfires. The question, we had asked the question. So the question was, what specific animal is squab? And I think that's what John King was saying, raccoon. Portmanteau said bird. Janice Yamanaka said pigeon. Let's see, did we have any other ones? John said raccoon twice. John, we actually ate raccoon on Trippy Food, so do a search for raccoon, Trippy Food raccoon. And we did an episode where we actually ate raccoon. It was delicious. If I don't want to spoil it for you, but it is delicious. A squab is a pigeon. It is a young pigeon. It's a young pigeon, but they call it squab, so you'll eat it. Sort of like escargot, right? Like if somebody says, hey, would you like to try some snails? No. Would you like to try some escargot? Yeah, I'll try that. All right, so that goes back into the deck. Let's see, we did that. We have one more sweet thing left. We'll finish that. Which will leave us 2 snacks left, but we'll open our alcoholic beverage before we do those the snacks that are left. Now let's see how we're doing on time. We got 45 minutes. We're in good shape. We're in really good shape. So we are going to do the Vosges. Somebody please tell me how to pronounce that. Bosges. Vosges? Vosges? I think it's supposed to be French or something. Blood orange hibiscus caramel marshmallows, 62% cacao, non-GMO, women-owned, fair trade certified. There's a lot of stuff going on here. The ingredients: black salt, marshmallows, burnt sugar, caramel, blood orange, and hibiscus, 62% cacao, dark chocolate. Maybe those aren't the ingredients. Maybe they are. It doesn't sound vegan. They're not saying it's vegan. But what do they put in? Maybe it's something in the marshmallow that would make it not vegan. But they're not saying it's vegan. Oh my God. So underneath the little flap, there's a bunch of ingredients. So bittersweet chocolate, chocolate liqueur, sugar, cocoa butter, soy lecithin. There's tons. There is a ton of ingredients here. Unsalted butter is one of the ingredients, so it is most assuredly not vegan. My best friend in college had an impressive collection of bootlegs that were mad decent quality. Both of his parents were Deadheads, so he liked to search out the good live shows. Yeah, I think the thing about the Grateful Dead was that they had encouraged people to record the shows. So they encouraged people to bring tape recorders and stuff. The people would be standing out there, the tape recorders and everything, and people would seek out the bootlegs for their shows. So they were unique in that they encouraged people to tape their live shows and to share them. My favorite was Camel Live at the Rock. Oh, wow, that would be cool. When they had 2 dudes from Caravan as part of the band, at one point you can hear the waitress lean in and say, hey, it's Let's Call. Do you want anything else? That's funny. It's pronounced Vose. Vose? Vose. Am I saying that right? Vose? Vose? Interesting. All right. Question. I did not ask a question. You guys got to keep me honest here. Okay. What chef and food personality will not eat walnuts, raw cookie dough, hot oatmeal, durian, and Spam? Again, the question, what chef and food personality will not eat walnuts, raw cookie dough, hot oatmeal, durian, and Spam? We got so much room on the stove. I'm going to put this one in the microwave oven. And we'll let that sit for a while. We're not even going to turn that on, and we're going to eat our blood orange hibiscus caramel marshmallows, which sounds good. Sal, I was actually born in East LA. My father was born in East LA. I was not. I was born in Pennsylvania. It smells like dark chocolate. It smells like cocoa powder. And it is bittersweet chocolate, for sure. It's an interesting texture. It's not like, if you're expecting it to taste like a marshmallow, like, you know, a Kraft marshmallow right out of the bag, it's not like that at all. It's more like, it's like the filling of a marshmallow candy bar, almost like the filling of a York peppermint patty. Not the flavor, but the same texture, that filling. Let's break one of these open. Oh, that is not as easy as it sounds. Let's bite one open. Well, a little bit of a marshmallow center, mostly chocolate. I'm not getting so much of a blood orange or the hibiscus. It was right, blood orange and hibiscus, right? That's the second thing we've tried today that's short on the blood orange flavor. Born in PA, so how'd you end up in the West Coast? Well, Friar Tuck, and welcome to the room, Friar Tuck. Right? You must have snuck in. I think you're back there where you said the fig bar looks like a meal in itself. I didn't properly welcome you to the room. Welcome back, Friar Tuck. Born in PA, so how did I end up back on the West Coast? I've been everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 license plates representing the 5 different states that I lived in. I moved around a lot, even in states I grew up in. Well, I lived in Pennsylvania for the first 6 years of my life. Then a big chunk of my life, I lived in Massachusetts. In '91, I moved to Austin, Texas. Lived there for 12 years. Came out here to Southern California. Lived here for, I think, maybe 13 years or so. Then moved to Portland, Oregon. Lived in Portland, Oregon for 4 years. Then came back here a couple years ago. So, kind of been around. Makes it difficult to decide what's home. What did that candy bar cost? You know, I was going to say I don't know, which would be accurate, but I had the receipt. So I'm glad I could tell you what everything cost because I had the receipt. So let's find out. That's not it. Is that it? That's not it. What did I do with the receipt? I will find it. It can't have gone far. Here we go. Whole Foods Market. So that candy bar cost, let's see. The red bananas were $1.29 a pound of what we've eaten so far. The energy drink was 2 for $4, but I only bought one. Let's see. The coconut butter cups were $2.99. $2.99 for melted marshmallow cups. The Vose, I missed that. Vose. The Vose caramel marshmallows, $4.99, almost $5 for those. I would never buy those again for $5. They're really good. I didn't rate them yet. They're really good, but maybe not $5 good. The Minica fig almond cake was $5.49. I think that's what we got so far. So I'm going to keep this handy just so we know how much the other stuff was. We'll just keep that one handy. Yeah, I'm going to give that a thumbs up. It's got a great great flavor, great texture. Not overly sweet. Nice quality chocolate. The only thing is we need to kick up the blood orange and the hibiscus flavor because they're just kind of not there. But still going to get a thumbs up. Maybe a thumbs in the middle, trending up. I think so. I think that's what we'll do. So let us. Hey, Julie Couture just snuck in the room. Hey, Julie, good to see you again. I miss you. I'm glad you could join us. So the question was, what chef and food personality will not eat walnuts, raw cookie dough, hot oatmeal, durian, and Spam? The answers were, let's see, we have Janice Yamanaka said Andrew Zimmern, Ryan Jones said Andrew Zimmern, Prep Cook Gaming said Jacques Pepin, John King said Kent Rollins. Let's see, were there any other guesses? There were not any other guesses. Janice Yamanaka and Ryan Jones are correct. It is, in fact, Andrew Zimmern. I don't get it. I've seen him eat like fermented shark, hakarl, in Iceland. I've seen him eat that. I don't know how he can not eat those other things. It's just, but he doesn't. So there it goes. So back in the deck this goes. Let's see, did I miss anything? I'm going to guess military. No, actually, no, Friar Tuck. So when we moved as a kid, when I was 6 years old, it was because my father had a job opportunity in Massachusetts. That's why we moved there. It was, I think that would be an accurate statement to say it was always a job opportunity, but not necessarily military. So when I moved from Massachusetts to Texas, it was a job opportunity. Got a job with Xerox, and they required that I relocate to Austin, Texas. And I did that. When I was living in Austin, Texas, I was working for Dell. My contract was running out. I had no other job, and then somebody from Pasadena contacted me and said, "Hey, come work for our company." That's what brought me there. And then one of the companies that I worked for in California, their headquarters were up in Portland, Oregon, and so that's what brought me up there. So always work brought me where I needed to go. So hope that answers your question. Red banana, decent price. Yeah, I think so. Pound for pound, $1.29 is probably a good price for bananas. Val, I just noticed your military. Yes, the clock. Ministry of Silly Walks clock in the background. I had that in watch version, but I broke it. Oh, that's a bummer. My favorite watch has a Navajo silver band with turquoise and coral, I think, on it. It's one of my favorite bands, but the watch face broke, so I have to get that replaced. The watch that originally came with it broke, and I was in Williams, Arizona, at a store that sold like Indian jewelry, and they had a watch that had a pearl face on it that went perfect with there, and I bought that, but it's since broken. So, and maybe next time I get out to Williams, Arizona, I'll get a replacement for that. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody else come in? Andrew hates durian. He does hate durian. He puts it in his mouth and immediately spits it out. I think it's the smell that gets to him, but I can't understand how he can eat stinky tofu and hakarl and not be able to eat durian. It's like, this just blows my mind. Val, you should get some blue bananas. John, let us know where you can get blue bananas, and I'll rush right out and get them. What is your favorite place that you've lived? That's a tough one. Everything, there's pros and cons for every place that I lived. I loved Austin, Texas. I really did love Austin, Texas, but the summers were brutal as hell. Not that it's a picnic here. Massachusetts, I love I love the 4 distinct seasons in Massachusetts. I love the snow. I love the leaves changing color. I love everything turning green in the spring, and the forsythia blooming. I loved Massachusetts. I loved Portland, Oregon. Just like, I don't know. It's really hard to say which is my favorite. There's things I loved and hated about them all. Austin, when I lived in Austin, Texas had no state income tax. That was something to love. When I lived in Portland, Oregon had no sales tax. That was something to love. So there were things to love and to dislike about every one of them. So Stoner, it's really hard to say, which one would be my favorite. You ever eat kumquats? Friar Tuck, you need to go back to check out when we do a live stream, they always post. So you can watch them afterwards, and they post in there. I don't know which one it is, but there's a thumbnail there. You can tell which one it is. Yeah, we ate kumquats on one of the live streams. So Friar Tuck, check that out. We still gotta get Tom some kumquats. And Tom is not active on the stream today because he's taking care of the puppies. So I think he's watching and listening, but he's taking care of the puppies. So we don't expect to see him a lot. Let's go ahead and open up our alcoholic beverage. And once again, this is St. Peter's Cream Stout, coffee and vanilla aromas with creamy chocolate notes derived from malt and hops. That sounds awesome. So we are once again going to bring Richard Simmons out of retirement, but we have to read a card first. So the question is, what is the group to which lobsters, spiders, crabs, and scorpions belong? And I know that doesn't sound like a food question, but you can eat all four of those: lobsters, spiders, crabs, and scorpions. They're all edible. So what is the group to which lobsters, spiders, crabs, and scorpions belong? So that goes there. I didn't even make it on a burner. It's just kind of sitting there on the stove, just kind of hanging off one of the burners. I hope it doesn't catch fire, but it's going to sit there anyways. I'm not even going to whatever, blah, blah, blah. And let's go ahead and open our beverage. And again, I am not using, Ariel is there. Okay, we're not using Ariel because she has a tendency to poke little holes on bottle caps that I want to save. So we're not using her today. My sister and brother-in-law used to work for Dell in Round Rock. Yeah, that's where I worked, Dell in Round Rock, Texas. As a matter of fact, so that area, the Austin, Texas area, once every maybe 3 to 5 years, they get an ice storm in the wintertime. And it's not like a northern city where they know how to handle that. They can't salt the roads, or I mean, I think they do. They put some kind of chemicals down and everything, but they haul plows. And some of those roads aren't built for plows anyways. And so when they do get an ice storm, it shuts the whole city down. So there was, while I was at Dell working, one time they had a really, really bad ice storm that shut down the city for 3 days. So I was stuck there, and they just basically said, we will pay you for the entire time you're here. We'll pay your hourly pay for the entire time you're here, and we will tell you what shift you need to work. And then when you're not working, you're gonna do whatever you want. They brought pizza in. They were showing movies in some of the rooms and everything. So it kind of sounds like fun, but when you have to sleep under your desk and don't have anything padded to sleep on, it's not so much fun for a few days. So anyways, let's try this. Ooh, interesting smell. Has almost like a spice smell. I don't mean spice like a pepper spice, but almost like a cinnamon or nutmeg type of spice. I don't think there's any in there, but let's see. Do they mention ingredients? No, but there's historical notes. Maybe that's why the bottle's such a weird shape. St. Peter's Brewery is located in a medieval hall in a remote and beautiful corner of Suffolk. There are beers okay, they're just talking about how they're brewed. Our beautiful flash-shaped oval bottle is a faithful copy of one produced around 1770 for Thomas Gerard of Gibbstown, just across the Delaware River from Philadelphia. Interesting. Now, interesting that it is a UK beverage, and they make it look like a bottle from the US. That's really a little bit weird, strange, but you know, whatever. Okay, product of the United Kingdom. Julie, you're just in time. And we're using our beer tornado glass. Hopping in to say I appreciate you. Have a good day. Well, thank you, Katamashi. Sorry you couldn't join us longer, but always nice to have you stop in. So have a great weekend. Now, this is so thick that you can't see through it. So you can't see the, I wonder if we could put a light on that. Let's try that. You can't see the beer tornado happening. Nice, though stouts pour easy. So basically I get points off because stouts pour easy. Yeah, but look what's happening because of the beer tornado. Is that something that stouts do too? I'm going to try this. I'm going to try putting the light behind it, and we'll see if we can see through that. We cannot. It is so thick that putting the light behind it, you can't see through it. That's how thick this is. They don't call it stout for nothing. All right, let's give this a try. I feel like I want to have a straw, so I'm just going to get foam. Oh, the foam tastes good. I want to taste the beer, though. Val is about to see the Green Fairy. Unfortunately, Stoner Kitchen, this is not absinthe. So absinthe is the Green Fairy. No, absinthe is the Green Fairy. We need to do we have never done an absinthe episode. We need to do an absinthe episode. But I want to do it the right way with the little drip through the spoon and the slotted spoon and the sugar and everything. I do it that way. Well, I have a terrible weekend brain. Since when is a lobster arachnid? Well, we'll see. I haven't answered the question yet. What do I win? Oh, well, we'll find out once we answer the question. You might not have got it right, or you might have got it right. We don't know. You may know them, Val. I may know who. I may know them, Val. Who may I know, John? I'm watching Harry Potter. Well, Exploding Bonbons. And if I'm not mistaken, Exploding Bonbons is Chloe. And I'm glad that you are sharing me with Harry Potter. Thank you. Correct, Prep Cook Gaming. You are absolutely right. That's how I want to do it. The correct way to do that, which is, I think they call that process leaching, where you release the green fairy. We definitely have to do that. There's a place here in Los Angeles that does a bunch of different absinthes, and they do that way, but they've been closed. So I'm going to have to try to find out when they'll be open again, and we'll do that. We'll go on it, because I think it's deserving of its own episode. This is, I was expecting this to be more sweet. It's not sweet at all. You know, especially when you see stuff like coffee and vanilla aromas with creamy chocolate notes. It's there's a little bit of it's almost like a coffee bitterness to it, like a strong coffee, the bitterness of a strong coffee. Jules, real absinthe is not illegal in the U.S., but the amount of wormwood they use is restricted. So if it meets that level of, I think it can only be like a certain percentage of wormwood, then it is allowed in the U.S., but it's limited, and the real hardcore stuff you won't be able to find here. I think there was a company in New York that was making absinthe with wormwood. But again, in the U.S., they have to keep the amount of wormwood that they use to a minimum. So it would have to be something that's brewed here. They're probably not going to import it. This is really unusual for a stout. Again, there's almost no sweetness to it whatsoever. You definitely do get that chocolatey coffee flavor from it. And if you like coffee, you will love this. And again, I don't think there's coffee in the ingredients. Let's see. They mentioned the ingredients, and they mentioned the ingredients. I don't believe so. No, they don't mention the ingredients. I don't know that there's coffee in the ingredients, but it definitely has that coffee flavor to it, and almost like a bittersweet chocolate kind of flavor. So this isn't cool and refreshing. This is like this would make a great float. A great beer float, and it would be a great beer to pair with dessert. That's going to get a big thumbs up from me. So that's really, really good. However, this is a dumb thing. We're going to do a dumb thing right now. Our Sambazon Blood Orange Acerola Amazon Energy Drink. This is not going to be good. I'm pretty sure this is not going to be good. Stoner. Jepson's Malwort was one of our first episodes. So go back and check it out. Go back to our very, very early episode. I think it was maybe I think our very, very first episode was Atomic Horseradish. And I think Malwort was like maybe episode 2 or 3. So go back and check it out, and you can watch me make the Malwort face. You'll have to get it in Canada. Real absinthe is legal. And oh no, we already talked about that. Go to Salem, Mass store and get your own wormwood. A Salem, Mass. They sell wormwood in Salem, Massachusetts in a store. Wouldn't it be funny if I could get wormwood at Bunghole Liquors? And I know what you guys are thinking. Bunghole Liquors, Val, what are you talking about? There is a liquor store in Peabody. There's one in Peabody, and there's one not Peabody, Peabody. There's one in Peabody and there's one in Salem. it's called bunghole liquors. Now, the reason it's called bunghole liquors is because they sell alcohol, so that's the liquors, Liquors. And the bunghole part of it is because in a wine barrel, the hole they cut in it and plug is called a bunghole. So that's basically where they put the spigot when they're going to drain that barrel. They put the spigot in the bunghole, and so that's why it's called bunghole liquors. But it's very interesting signage. Let's put it that way. I think on our next trip to Massachusetts, we're going to have to go visit bunghole liquors and see if they have wormwood. Val may have worked with my brother-in-law and sister at Dell, Ben and Edna Solomon. It does not sound familiar, John. When did they work there? Because I was there 2002. 2002 is when I worked there. So it might have been a long time. And I worked on the help desk. Ooh, Mallard, I'm waiting for the date. Somebody makes me drink it. Not sure it's an experience, but I replicated trying to. Don't buy a whole bottle for it. If you go somewhere you can buy a shot of it, do that. But don't buy the whole bottle. This is not as bad as I thought it would be, but it's also not as good. Yeah, it's not good. It has both of the flavors. For some reason, the blood orange is stronger in this mixture than it is when you just drink it straight. That's a thumbs down. That's not good. I don't know why I did that. I'm going to put that over there, and I'm going to eat some more of this fig cake to kill that taste. That was bad. I do some stupid things every once in a while. I'm not even planning on buying for myself. Somebody's buying me a shot at some point. Oh, right. Okay. At least it's bunghole liquor and not the other way around, I suppose. Julie will vouch for that, though. Right, Julie? Bunghole Liquors is a real liquor store. Wait, did I hear? It's the Prince of Dogness. It's Doodle. Look, everybody, it's Doodle, the Prince of Dogness. I don't know what he's having a hard time standing. There he is. It's the Prince of Dogness. Hi, Doodle. Doodle, you want to say hi? You want to say hi, Doodle? No? Okay. Doodle, the Prince of Dogness. We're going to give him a snack. But he's a good boy. And if I get a snack, he gets a snack. There you go, Doodle. See ya. And off he goes. All right, so this beer, thumbs way up. Really, really good. Really good. Julie, you didn't rate my pour. What's up? You gotta rate my pour. The question that we asked was, what is the group to which lobsters, spiders, crabs, and scorpions belong? Let's see what the answers were. The answers were, we got to go way back on this one. Let's see. I see kumquats, but I think that's something different. Julie said decapod. Portmanteau said arachnid. Friar Tuck said crustaceans. Stoner Kitchen said arthropod. Janice Yamanaka said arthropoda, so she's actually using the Greek word. Let's see. John King says crustaceans. And is that it? I think that's it. So you're sort of all right, but not completely right. So crustaceans is somewhat right. The crabs and lobster are crustaceans. Crustaceans are aquatic. They're aquatic. They're not insects. They're aquatic, as opposed to spiders and scorpions, which are not aquatic. So crustacean only applies to lobsters and crabs. However, if you're familiar with roly-polies, those little roll-up bugs, those are actually crustaceans. They're land-dwelling crustaceans, and you can eat them too. That's what I understand. So crustaceans is half correct. Let's see, what are some of the other answers? Decapod, I don't know what that is. Arachnid only applies to the spiders. So like, if it was well, Julie, I think you might know this one. Is a tarantula considered an arachnid? Is it considered a true spider? I think it is, but I don't know that for certain. But arachnids are only spiders are the only ones in that group, arachnids. But Stoner Kitchen said arthropod, and Janice Yamanaka said arthropoda, and you are correct. All four of those, lobsters, spiders, crabs, and scorpions, belong to arthropods. Arthropods have exoskeletons. They typically, I think, some insects are considered arthropods as well, but spiders and scorpions are not considered insects. Insects specifically have 6 legs. Arthropods or arachnids, they have 8. So that's what separates them. But they're all 4 of those are arthropods, and all 4 of them are tasty. So that's our question here. That goes back in the deck. See, did I miss anything? You can eat roly-polies. Yes, you can. You can eat roly-polies. I would take that because they're called, the actual name for the insect is wood lice. They eat wood, and so what you might want to do is, if you're going to eat them, is feed them cornmeal or something for a few days. Let them eat that and get the other stuff through their system and everything. But yeah, they're I have not eaten them. I would like to try them. They're probably delicious. Isn't it funny that shrimp and lobster are considered the insects of the sea? I mean, if you think about it, Todd, that's absolutely correct. I mean, like lobster is like a scorpion. It's like an aquatic scorpion. A crab is like an aquatic spider. I mean, essentially, right? So yeah, that is funny. But we love lobster, but people I'm not going to eat a scorpion. It's like, why not? It's almost the same thing. And by the way, Todd Riley, I just kind of let you sneak in the room, and I didn't give you a proper greeting. So welcome to the room, Todd. We have 2 snacks left, which is good. We got about 15 minutes left, so we're doing good. Gonna start making our new Japan Pro Wrestling dinner while Portmanteau relaxes and plays Zelda. Sonic the Hedgehog chili dogs with grain-free macaroni salad. What would you say grain-free macaroni salad? So you're saying the macaroni is grain-free, right? So what is is it like sweet potato macaroni, or is it mung bean macaroni? What is the macaroni made out of where it's grain-free? Prep cook. Val, do you know my brother-in-law? No, I can't say that I do know your brother-in-law and sister. I mean, the names does not sound familiar. But I meet a lot of people that I forget names for, but I'm pretty sure I don't know your brother-in-law and sister. Have you tried isopods? Those things look like the thing of nightmares. No, are they edible, isopods? For using the Banza brand, which is chickpea pasta. Okay, I've had chickpea pasta. That sounds like it would be interesting to have a macaroni salad made that way, or even like a mac and cheese. I don't know how that would be with mac and cheese. We'll have to try some different types of macaroni, making mac and cheese with that. That sounds like an interesting thing to try. So arthropods was the answer. So if you got that right, give yourself 15 points. If you got it wrong, take 15 points off. And if you didn't answer at all, take 30 points from both. So and I hope you guys are keeping track, because I'm not. All right. So let's do another snack. We have 2 left. I think I'm going to do the chips last. It's habanero, so I think I'm going to be more spicy. Let us do the vegan pepperoni. So again, this is Eve's. This is made in Canada. Eve's veggie pepperoni, plant-based, contains no meat. So it says veggie. I would go as far as to call it vegan. So it is vegan pepperoni. Let's have a look at that. Okay. So right now, looking at that, it doesn't look like pepperoni. Pepperoni is kind of like almost grainy texture and everything. This has a very, very smooth texture. This almost looks like it's made out of chocolate or liver, maybe, but none of those are true. Let's see what it is made out of, though, because it is vegan. It is made with water, soy protein, wheat gluten. So if you're celiac, you don't want to eat this. Garlic powder, sugar, onion powder, wheat starch, natural flavors, yeast extract, guar gum, canola oil, maltodextrin, vitamin and mineral blend, ferric orthophosphate, whatever that is, zinc oxide, which I think is what you put in sunscreen, niacinamide, vitamin B12, calcium pantothenate, thiamine hydrochloride, pyridoxine hydrochloride, riboflavin for color, red iron oxide. Red iron oxide. Red iron oxide is rust. It's rust. Seriously, red iron oxide is rust. One of the ingredients in this is rust. Red iron oxide, red beet powder. Yeah, why not just go with a red beet powder? Why do you have to put rust in there for color? Red beet powder and extractives of paprika, tortilla yeast, carrageenan, contains soy, wheat. Here's the thing. I understand if you're vegan, you can't eat meat, so you don't want to eat regular pepperoni. I get that. That's cool. But why put all those? Like, there's all kinds of chemicals and stuff in there. I mean, really, is that really better for you? Maybe it's better for the environment. Maybe it's better for pig. I think if that's what pepperoni is made from. Maybe it's better for them. But is it really better for you? There's so many chemicals in there. They look like a cross between a horseshoe crab and a giant roach. Huh. Not like a water bug, right? I don't know. I'll have to check that out. Isopods are edible. Now I'm gonna have to, Stoner, I'm gonna have to go out and find some and eat them. I've never eaten an insect or an arthropod that I didn't like, so I'm sure it's delicious. Yeah, the Bonza brand is a real winner, and they have tons of pasta shapes to choose from. They also make chickpea flour pizza crusts that are really nice grain-free alternative as well. One of the things that I like is glass noodles. So there's I'm try to find the brand, but these glass noodles are made from sweet. I think they're made from sweet potato, and it's absolutely delicious. So if you're gonna make make your own japchae, is it the japchae or the bibimbap that uses the noodles? I'm trying to remember. But if you're gonna make your own Asian dishes that you would typically use a glass noodle for, they're delicious, and there's no wheat in it at all whatsoever. What color is that? What color is what? Rust or this? This color is. I'm gonna go ahead and see. Like in the camera, it looks browner than it does. It's kind of like it's almost like a bologna color, sort of. I don't know what I would call that. That color is exclusively vegan, I'm sure. That sounds right. I have an open mind to eat almost anything, but that might be a tough one for me. Roly-polies are terrestrial isopods. Marine ones are much larger. Yeah, I bet they're really hard to find though. As toner wait. Are there the things that they call what is it? Something fleas, like sand fleas? Is that what they call the sand fleas? They're like maybe about that big, and they burrow into the sand. Because I think I've seen those, but I never thought to eat them. Although you don't want to pick those up off local beaches. But I'm gonna have to check that out, and I'm gonna see if there are beaches that have them where it's safe to eat those, and I'll have to try those. Ditto on glass noodles. Sweet potato glass noodles are great for stir fries, and mung bean threads are what we use to make homemade pho. Yeah, really good. Portmanteau, you're right. Dal, have you had authentic barbacoa? Well, it's hard to say whether I had authentic barbacoa. I would assume that I have when I lived in Texas. If you mean the goat's head that's buried in the ground and roasted in the ground, I think I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. Marine isopods are maybe 2 feet long. Oh no, really? Wow, holy cow! No, I can definitely say that I haven't had those and I haven't seen those. So they have them in Japan. Yeah, Japan gets everything cool. Everything's better. Yeah, they get all the other countries get everything. Even in a McDonald's or Burger King. In other countries, it's always so much better than ours. I'm gonna do this because these look wet. I was gonna say moist, but some people won't like that. Oh, I just said it. I thought I opened that. Apparently, I didn't. I didn't answer a question, did I? Did I ask? I did not ask a question before we open these. You guys are supposed to keep me in line on that. So let's ask a question. What dish created by Dr. James Salisbury for the treatment of digestive diseases or digestive issues? So again, the question is, what dish was created by Dr. James Salisbury for the treatment of digestive issues? So that goes over here. There's no room in the stove. There's no room in the microwave. I'm just going to put that on the windowsill and let that stay warm in the windowsill. Glass noodles are too crunchy and make my mouth bleed. Yeah, you should try Captain Crunch once sometime. I saved a fly just now. Oh, that's sweet. I bet you're going to be a Buddhist someday. Whenever I go back home, I want to get my taro apple pie from McDonald's. Oh, interesting. Where is home, Prep Cook Gaming? Oh, it has a smoke smell. It smells like smoke. I didn't see smoke in the ingredients. Ooh, these are wet. They're wet. And not a good wet. All right, here we go. These are weird. They look like they're made out of clay. You guys see that? There we go. Maybe, now hear me out on this. Maybe they're meant to be put on pizza. So they're meant to be put on a pizza before you cook it. Maybe that's what the thing is. Maybe we're eating it the wrong way. I would eat pepperoni right out of the package, but maybe these are not designed to be eaten that way. Does not have a pepperoni texture. Has a bologna texture. It's almost squeaky. It tastes like it smells. So it tastes like there's smoke in there. I didn't see smoke on the ingredients. Pepperoni is usually spicy. This isn't spicy. This tastes, well, it's slightly spicy, but not spicy enough. This tastes a little bit like bologna. Not like pepperoni. It doesn't have the texture of pepperoni. It's not good for snacking. I'm gonna give that a thumbs down for now, because they say pepperoni. Your mouth doesn't go to pepperoni. The texture doesn't go to pepperoni. The taste doesn't go to pepperoni. It's like a smoked something. It's maybe like too smooth. Yeah. So it's not pleasant. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save these, and I'm actually going to put them on a pizza, and we'll see how they are on pizza. I'll bet they're going to be better. Once they're give them a nice little char or something. I'll bet they're going to be better. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give them a thumbs up, a thumbs down for now. I'm gonna find I'm gonna get a pizza. I'm gonna put them on pizza, cook the pizza, and we'll see how they are. And then I'll come back to you guys and let you know how they are on pizza. But for now, they're gonna get a thumbs down. Val, you related to Joe Pesci because you kind of sounded him as look. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, am I funny? What am I, some kind of clown? Do I amuse you? What do you mean funny? No, you're a big boy. You can talk to yourself. What do you mean funny? Am I related to Joe Pesci? What kind of question is that? No, not related to Joe Pesci. Not related to Jay Leno either. A Wego Main Show in Japan would be epic. It certainly would. I would love to. I'd be like a kid in a candy store in Asia. I seriously would. Texture is definitely the hardest thing to get right with vegan food, both for meat and cheese. Yeah, I was disappointed with cheese. So portmanteau, I went to Veggie Grill, and it said I got the burger, and it said the burger came with cheese, and I said, well, you guys don't do cheese, so what is this? And he says, oh, it's coconut cheese, and I'm like, oh yeah, let me try that. So I got my burger, and I went to taste it, and I'm like, this cheese doesn't taste anything like coconut. It doesn't taste like cheese, and it doesn't taste like coconut. So what is this thing about coconut cheese? Don't even call it coconut cheese if it doesn't taste like coconut. I was excited. I was thinking, now, oh, here's something that's going to be like a texture of cheese, but tastes like coconut, and it didn't. So I was kind of disappointed with that. Clay boiled in hot dog water. Yes, Julie. Yes, you just hit it right in the nose. That's what it tastes like. Clay boiled in hot dog water. You're absolutely correct. That's like did you have this before? That's perfect. That is the perfect description of what I just ate. It tastes like clay boiled in hot dog water. Oh my God, that's absolutely, yes, that is correct. Let's see, Prep Gaming did a review of the fried apple pie and the fried taro pie from McDonald's. Oh, that's interesting. The fried apple pie. The fried apple pies, they've been doing that for like a million years, though, right? Oh, you're talking to Prep Cook Gaming. I'm sorry. Let's see. Lived in Japan for 3 months when I was a freshman in high school. I wish I would have went when I was a little older so I could have explored more. I sure would have. That would have been awesome. Ew, pie? Seriously? You like pie? How can you not like pie? Who doesn't like pie? By the way, reminder, don't forget about the hot dog, apple pie hot dog thing, because I need your help with that. I need your help with that because, I respect and even honor Guy Fieri, but when he said, "I'm surprised no one's done this before," he didn't do his research, and so you guys need to put it out there that in 2017 I did the apple pie hot dog and hot dog apple pie. So there we go. Chloe wants you to visit Japan. Chloe, I want to visit Japan. I want to visit Japan. Chloe, maybe you can go with me. That would be cool. You guys can go with me. My favorite was Disneyland Japan and also Akihabara, the Electric Avenue. Oh, okay. What's the magic word? Pie. You're right. Absolutely. Dated a woman from an Italian family. Actually, that was the Santoros from the time the Valentine's Day Massacre. Oh, wow. My daughter wanted a scholarship for Okinawa for a year after she graduated. I would love to go to Japan. I seriously would. All right. Last snack. We got one left. We got 4 minutes left. We're gonna go a little bit over. That's okay. No worries. The question that we asked was, what dish was created by Dr. James Salisbury for the treatment of digestive diseases? And the correct answer was, let's see, it wasn't that hot dog water one. Friar Tuck said Salisbury steak. Julie Couture said Salisbury steak. Janice Yamanaka said Salisbury steak. I'm sorry, guys. You're absolutely correct. Salisbury steak. And how many of you have had Salisbury steak? Show of hands or something. Show something there that we can do here. How many of you actually had Salisbury steak? So it was a big thing when I was growing up. People eat Salisbury steak, but yeah, it was originally made supposedly to help you with digestive issues, but who knows if that really works or not? It's like a grilled burger. So, I mean, really, it's made from hamburger meat, from ground beef. Okay, so let's put that there. It's gross. I think you're. Oh, okay, the Salisbury steak. Yeah, it's a very cheap thing, and it's like hardly ever good. Like pepper steak. Anybody have pepper steak? Who's had pepper steak? And I'm not talking about a steak sub with peppers in it. I'm talking about pepper steak, which is it's like ground beef with peppers mixed into it. We ate that growing up. It wasn't pleasant. All right, last question, last snack. So the question is, what is a diet that uses only seafood for meat called? Again, what question? What is a diet that uses only seafood for meat called? So not even a burn. I'm just going to put that on the counter. I'm running out of space. There's no space in the stove left. It's just going to have to go there. And we're going to open up our Tia Lupita Foods Cactus Grain-Free Tortilla Chips Habanero. So again, these are made with cassava, which is yucca, not yucca. Two different things. Yucca and cactus, and the ingredients say Nopales cactus, which is like saying cactus. I don't think we have to open this one from the bottom. Well, it is habanero flavored, so let's do that. Ooh, they smell nice. They look like tortilla chips, a little bit different, it's slightly different. And those black spots are chia seeds. Wow. Well, so typically tortilla chips are made from corn. There's no corn flavor here whatsoever. So it kind of takes you back a little bit, because you look at it and you're thinking corn in your mind, and you taste it and there's no corn flavor whatsoever. Prep Cook, you are absolutely correct. There is not a lot of spice on here. They're not spicy whatsoever. They do have a little bit of that fruitiness. Spiciness does come in the afterwards. I don't know. I'm on the fence with this. You can definitely taste the cactus in it. If you've had cactus before, you recognize that flavor. It does have spiciness, the habanero spiciness, which does come in afterwards. But like you said, you do get the fruitiness from that. They're different. I don't know that I would prefer those over corn chips, and I don't think they have a unique enough flavor for them to be like, you know, delicious. I think it needs some sort of dip. It needs something to dip them in. Something. I'm not sure what. Like a salsa, maybe. They're okay. I'm gonna get a thumbs in the middle. They're not fantastic. Thumbs in the middle. I think that's what's gonna happen. Interesting. Are those cassava flour based? Yes. Half cassava and half cactus. But it does have habanero flavor. It does have some habanero flavor, but it's slight. And then there is a little bit of a burn, but the burn comes in afterwards. Typically, I would tell you that typically when we eat a lot of these foods, is that like if I'm just taking one bite of it and then rating it and everything, later on I might be eating a handful of it, or I might be eating more of it, and then sometimes that flavor comes in like after like the third or fourth bite. Sometimes you don't get that immediately and everything. I think this is one of those things where that the spice from the habanero comes in afterwards, but not immediately. It's still going to get a thumbs in the middle for me because it's just like, I think it needs some salt too. Could use some salt, I think. So yeah, I just called it light fruitiness and a dusting of spice. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And it does have habanero flavor. Yes, it does. Our green-free trips we just recently found work well with salsa good structure. Chips. Oh, chips. Okay. I was thinking trips. Like what? Trips? All right. Our question was, what is a diet that uses only seafood for meat called? And later, Stoner. Did Stoner leave? He snuck out. Oh, hope everyone has a good weekend. Take care. And remember, don't hang up. Yes, Stoner, because you're going by the time, and I'm kind of going by how long it's taken me. We're going to go a little bit over on this one. That's okay. Just a little bit over. But yeah, Stoner, if you've already left the room or if you're on your way out, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. I hope. Let's see, where were we? We were down spicing from anything. Yeah. Okay, so the question was, what is a diet that uses only seafood for meat called? And the answers were, let's see, Janice Yamanaka said pescatarian. Julie said pescatarian. Then later on, she said carnivore. I'm not sure why. Portmanteau said Joe Rogan, but he might have been, they might have been talking about something else. I say they because I don't know. Was all the answers? Those are the only answers. The correct answer is, in fact, pescatarian. You know, like Joe Pesci. Pescatarian. Forget about it. Yes, it is, in fact, pescatarian. Carnivore is kind of weird because I know a lot of people who are vegans call people who eat meat carnivores, but that is actually incorrect. So if you eat meat, but you also eat fruits and vegetables, you are not a carnivore, you are an omnivore. But, you know, they still say carnivore. It's not a carnivore. Cats are carnivores, dogs are omnivores, but mostly carnivores. So, yeah, that's it. So we did everything. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. So this is going to be disgusting. I can tell right now. I don't know how I'm going to get a piece of banana. Now that thing where you open the banana from the bottom, that generally works. Not on these red ones. They have a really thick skin. These are weird. They're tasty though, but they're weird. Look at that. Okay, here we go. Let's take a piece of that banana. We have our fig cake. We have our chip. What are we missing? We're missing our blood orange hibiscus. We are not going to put our coconut thingy because it turned into mush and I threw it away. Is that it? I thought I had more. Got the banana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I didn't put our pepperoni on there. Oh, the Joe Rogan diet. Apparently he hasn't eaten a carb in I don't know how long years. He seems to just eat elk and jalapenos. If you're on a low carb diet, that's isn't that keto? I think that's keto. Oh snap! You're making a skank concoction. Yeah, I think that's what they used to call it in reckless eating. I'm just putting everything together that we ate today. And again, I don't have the coconut Reese's cups, whatever you want to call those, the coconut ones, because it was all melted and I got what I could out of that. So here we go. All I taste is banana. All right, Prep Cook Gaming. It was good to see you on our chat, and hopefully you'll join us again soon. So, thank you for joining us today. Have a great weekend, and hopefully we'll see you next week. I'm getting a little bit of that blood orange hibiscus, but again, mostly getting the marshmallow and the chocolate. The cactus chip disappears completely. Thankfully, the vegan pepperoni disappears completely. There's a little bit of the fig thing. Comes in the middle. Wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great. Oh, thumbs in the middle on that. So, thank you all for joining us. We will try to do more thematic things, especially things where you can go out and actually try them if there's a place like that in your area. So we will try to do more of those. I can't absolutely promise that. We might just go back to doing our regular, kind of grab bag format. But I can see by the old clock on the wall. Now we actually have a clock on the wall. I can see by the old clock on the wall that it is time to go. It is past time to go. It is 7 minutes past time to go. But I appreciate you all taking part of your weekend to join us. We're back on Saturdays and again, and it looks like we had a lively and big crowd. And I appreciate all of you for joining us today. I'm anticipating we're going to be back on Saturday again next week on a regular basis. We'll let you know if that changes. But again, I appreciate all of you taking the time out to be on the stream today. A lot of new faces, and I welcome you. It's a great community. It's actually a great community that we have. A lot of the people who you'll see in here in the chat also have their own channels. So what I would invite you to do is when you go to our channel on YouTube, down at the bottom, it says featured channels. Go look at featured channels and see some of the other ones. Go out and check out their channels because they get some great stuff. I'm not going to recommend them if I don't think that they have some great content and everything, and they really, really do. Sounds like I need to get caught up with Genesis anyways. So definitely check that out. Normally, Tom would be doing a live stream in 2 hours. He's not going to be doing one today because the puppies need some extra assistance, and so he's going to be busy with the puppies. So if you regularly check out Old Guy in Colorado's live stream on Saturdays after 2 hours after ours, he's going to cancel this week's, so he has to take care of his puppies, his new puppies. But again, check out the other channels. Be sure to subscribe. Ring the little bell. They'll give you a notification whenever there's a new episode comes out or if somebody's going to be doing a live stream. Definitely check those out. Make sure you like the videos. Even like this one, this video, it's a really big help. It helps those channels out a lot, and they're doing some great stuff. I appreciate every one of you for being part of this community. It's a great community. It's a very close, very open community. Again, we try to be family friendly because, like I said, my granddaughters were on the in the stream today and everything, and we try to make this a channel that you can watch with your children or your grandchildren, and not have to explain something to them afterwards. So if you want to see our blue material, then go over to Reckless Eating, because we're blue on Reckless Eating, so let's put it that way. But I want to thank you all for making us part of your Saturday afternoon, taking the time out to spend with us, and hopefully we will see you all next week. But remember, that's crazy out there. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of others. And we will see you soon. Bye, everybody.